Back everyone. This week I'm at the OCMC The Lands XC. That was a bit of a mouthful. Yeah, so this is it rained a lot before this race, but I think that actually improved the trail. It was like, it's supposed to be super sandy, as you can kind of see, but the rain actually just made it so that the sand was really nice to ride on. And by really nice, I mean I'm terrible at it, but it's really nice for everyone else to ride on. So I've never ridden this series before, and I may have signed up for the wrong class. Maybe I should have gone for like 30 plus or like novice B. I just went with the same one that I do for Off-Road Ontario. And the guys in this class are super fucking fast. So novice A, yeah, nah, I'm not good enough for the OCMC's novice A, not even close. God, they shout all over me. I came last because I'm slow. So yep. Oof. Fell off, of course. This is going to be a running theme of a lot of the sandy bits. Actually, I didn't come off that much in the first couple of laps. On the last lap, I came off quite a few times because I was pretty tired. I did 4 laps overall. This track is amazing. Like, it's really cool. They did a lot of fresh cut, new trails and stuff like that. So, yeah, I was really enjoying this, even though I couldn't keep up with anyone. So I don't know what the overall ranking was. Their scoring system doesn't use live laps; it uses like transponders, and then they post the results up. So you only really see yourself against your own class. And I was looking around their website, and I really couldn't figure it out. And I don't think it matters, but let's just assume I came last. So on their MX side. Scared the shit out of me. I always thought I was going slow, and then yep, nope. I was happy with how someone took some of these corners. It was like, oh, I went around the corner. That hurt though. Definitely bottomed out my suspension entirely. It's a little soft. I should have probably put the clickers up, but I didn't stop to even try. It's still like spitting and raining, so there's this like enduro cross section which is much shorter, and I decided not to do it because these tires are way too hard. If I had the enduros on, the enduro mediums, I probably would try it, but not with these tires. I just can't even bother to waste energy trying. So I just did their little like chicken route, which is much longer. You have to go a long way around. The enduro cross, you have to like go across like this tire pit, and then you hit this pipe, and then you jump a couple of small logs, and then there's like this rocky section, and then you're done. But I was basically worried that I'm going to get stuck in the tire pit, and I didn't want to subject myself to straining there when I know that I'm just in for a bad time. Sorry, I'm just coughing. Yeah, you can see you saw it just there as you go by. Oh, and there was a metal pipe to jump over. I really like these new tires. Like, I have more grip than I ever could have imagined in some sections. So like going through these, like through all of these trails, and going through like that grassy section, like the grip was absolutely phenomenal. It's just my skill that's not quick. Also, I'm not entirely sure on where I should be on the bike going through here, because it's kind of sandy, but like obviously not like dusty sand. I was trying to be far back, but then when I was overtaken by people, I noticed that they were really far forwards. So I'm like, am I supposed to be sat forward on the bike going through those corners to get more front end grip, or am I supposed to be back? It was a whole learning experience riding this. I would say 80% of the trail is mud, but there was like 20% is sand, and yeah, it was a very new experience for me, and yeah, I had a lot to learn. It was crazy to see that the people in my class were like 5 minutes a lap faster. Each lap was taking me, I think it was like 35, 36, 37, 38. minutes, whilst those guys are all cranking like 30-minute laps. God damn, I'm so shit. So this footage is a mixture of my first and second lap. What you saw before was all like first, and now is I just jumped to the second lap because a lot of my first lap, I wasn't particularly confident. Like here's what I did on the first lap going up the hill. I was like, oh yeah, that was fine. I'll try a different route on the second lap, just to show you that I did the hills, and then I just did the first and second route up alternate for my third and fourth laps. I think just the footage in the second lap's a little bit more interesting as well because the first lap I didn't really see anyone, and in the second lap a lot of people from the other classes were catching me up. There goes the kid in the truck who was in the truck parked next to me. He's much faster than me, but he has a tendency to end up in a bush, so I catch him a few times. But he obviously dominates me in the end. He's still much quicker, and he's only like what, I don't know, 15. I'm not entirely sure. Fast kid. Yeah. So go back to what we're seeing. Like I'm having an absolute blast going through this. There's so much cool trail. Like it is absolute prime. Fantastic to ride on. I just need to learn how to go faster. I also need to fix the fucking dents in my pipe because I definitely feel like I'm noticing the power. And I also was making a point to try and change gear a lot more, especially on sections. So I'm not just ringing it out in second. I can just actually change the third, change gear. I have different gears. So I was doing that, but then I think I may have done it a few too many times because there'll be times where I'm just like, why am I in third or fourth? Sometimes I hit fourth and I'm going up a hill. I'm like, oh my god, that was still gonna like dump it down 2 gears. I don't know if that's just in time. I didn't do the corner very well on this lap, but I kept it in because I just wanted to show some places are a little slippery, and with me trying to figure out where I should be sat on the bike, well not sat, but like where my position on the bike should be, led to some hairy moments. But yeah, what was I saying? Oh, here's the sandy bit, sorry, before. So, this is my worst attempt going through here. I do manage to track through that normally most times, but the sand just throws me off. And I know it's wet sand right now, so it's actually super nice to ride in comparison to what it could be. Just gotta get used to it. Yeah, look at this. Terrible. I need so much more practice. Yeah, not a huge surprise. I need more practice. I was saying to one of the guys in the parking lot afterwards, Carlos, that the Carlos and Ray, I think I was chatting to, that the more I ride, you think I'd get better and be like, oh cool, but actually just the checklist of stuff I want to learn now is just getting longer and longer. It's like, okay, I've got to get good at set, I've got to get good at single track, I've got to get understand riding position, get more confident, look further ahead, all that sort of stuff. The list just the list continuously gets longer. I also think that yeah, there's another thing. I just bought a new helmet. I really like the helmet, but this helmet is gonna suck holding this GoPro on the front because it's just the visor is completely different to what my visor was on my old helmet. So I can't have the GoPro so close to my face. So on my old helmet, it was so close that there's no way I can see it and it never gets in my view. But on the new helmet, it's kind of like in the way. I don't really like its position, and because it has to be a little bit more forward, like it doesn't get in the way so badly, but it's just slightly annoying. So I don't want it there anymore. And the GoPro also, because it's a little further forward rather than right up against my forehead on the other helmet, it actually weighs the helmet down at the front. So the helmet starts slightly tipping over as my head gets sweatier and sweatier. So I'm gonna get a chest piece and just put it on there, and let's see how we go from there, because I don't want the helmet to be affected by the GoPro. Hey, there's the kid again. He's alright. I guess I was surprised I caught him because it's been quite some time, so he must have been there trying to get his bike started for a while, because it's definitely not his speed. He's definitely much faster than me, so he must have got away from me, and I guess he couldn't start his bike. I swear I've seen him in other off-road Ontario races in exactly the same situation, so he should get an electric start, so he's not sending all this type of kick in it. But yeah, so yeah, so I got the new helmet. I really like the helmet. It's definitely heavier than my old one, but I guess I got very used to it being light, and like with all the addition of MIPS and stuff like that into the helmet, I mean, I assume it's gonna be safer, but it's definitely noticeably heavier. It's like 300 grams heavier, which is, you know, that's a substantial amount of weight when the helmet only weighs a kilo in the first place. So when you slap another 300 grams on it, it's like, okay, that's more than the helmet and the GoPro combined on my last helmet before I even put the GoPro on this one. So that's just another reason I want to move the GoPro off the helmet, because it's noticeable. Or maybe my next week. Way, good job I got the busters on. Otherwise my fingers would be hurting. I did eventually actually hit a bloody tree in the end. That sucked. So yeah, I'm trying, and I'm trying to push the bike and myself as quick as I can through here. I try to stand up as much as possible, just to try and reduce the bumps, because it's quite rough cut. There's a bit where I'm going uphill. You'll see it in the clip in a minute, and it's so rough cut at both times I get kicked off to the side for first and second lap. After that, I learned what to do. So I am learning, but this whole race was a learning experience. Absolutely fantastic learning experience. My tires didn't break off the bead, I guess, so that's always a good sign. This was kind of an interesting section. It looked very rough cut, and there was like exposed stones and stuff like that. And I guess they were just trying to make it a little bit more technical, because I don't think this race was a particularly technical race. It's not like there's rocks and roots and all sorts of stuff everywhere. It was just slightly bumpy. And if you're not used to that, slightly bumpy and lots of sand, then yeah, I struggled. Well, I don't know if it was struggling. I'm just not very quick, and I need to learn how to ride faster. I need to get out and practice some more. As is always the way. Yeah, but look at this trail. It's just phenomenal. I feel like it kind of reminds me of Horseshoe, where you're just going up, down, up and down, and up and down. Although there's a little bit more, I would say, like more tight and twisty bits than Horseshoe. Horseshoe's a lot more flowy than this, but yeah, it's same kind of vibe. Oh, there's obviously sand here that you wouldn't get at Horseshoe either. Some sandy sections actually at Horseshoe. What am I on about? Yeah, it kind of just reminds me of Horseshoe. It's cool. It's a very cool trail. It's private land, so that you can't come back here and practice, unfortunately. But it is what it is. It's their land. They let us race, so I'm very grateful for that. Apparently there's another XC going on in a couple of weeks. I'll see if it clashes with Chloe's. Obviously, I'm just going to go to Chloe's. But yeah, I'm not complaining. It's only 40 minutes drive from Toronto. Well, from where I live in Toronto, so that's fantastic for me. I get to drop Lily off at work in the morning, and then I was able to come out to the race, which is just something that isn't doable normally. It would just be I wouldn't be able to go. This is the rough cut uphill section that I was talking about. So you're bouncing your way up this thing, and then that got me both laps.
Both laps, same thing.
I didn't do it after that. It was only just the first 2 laps. I learned my lesson. Yeah. Oh, and that tree there, I hit on my final lap. I just went a little bit wide. I was exhausted, and I swung back in. I got a nice little bruise on my shoulder. It's just that last lap. I was getting very exhausted. I must have come off. I think I came off on the last lap more than fell off, but not fell off the course more than I did in every other lap combined. On my last lap, it was a real struggle bus. Yeah, so this looks like some of the old trail. It was a little bit slippery down here, but nothing too big of a deal. All the slipperiness comes from just me being not in the correct riding position, because I'm trying to figure it out. And there's a lot of moving back and forth on this on this track, and just look how cool this hill climb is. Oh, that was really good fun. Nothing that's so difficult. Maybe it'll be really difficult if it was dry and like dusty, but that was a really fun hill climb. This section was just super flowy. I'm not going particularly quick. I never go particularly quick. But yeah, this is super flowy. I got faster on through some sections on the last lap, but then I made more mistakes overall. Yeah. Hopefully I get to come back and do this again next year. I really enjoyed this trail. It was just nice to also be super close to my home, like 40 minutes away. I know they do MX racing here. I wanted to do some last year and come and join in and get some experience doing that, but unfortunately the timing just fell bad, and with like my new job and everything, I was like, oh, it's a shame. Couldn't ever bloody come, which is kind of gutting because it's only, like I said, it's only 40 minutes away, but it just couldn't pan out, so never mind. But at least I got to come and do this event with them, which was excellent. I don't think I'm a big MX racer anyway. Like, it doesn't appeal to me as much as riding in the woods. It's kind of cool. I do like the idea of it, but it's just I don't feel like an urge to run out and go do it every week. I'd much rather just be like riding through the woods. This caught me out. So you can't really see it too well on camera, but what happened was I went over that, and then the front wheel just dug into the sand and just and with me, yeah, I was too far forward and it just threw me over the front of the bike. So it's just another incorrect body position. I feel like incorrect body position is perhaps the biggest bane of my racing today. Hey, he got past me again. Off he goes. And then I don't see him again for the rest of the race because he just destroys me every lap. And his times, I think, just got quicker, and my times probably just got slower. Well, I don't know. Mine definitely got slower. I don't know about his. Yeah, so we've almost finished. This is like a video of just one lap. It took me, 35, 36 minutes per lap, and progressively getting slower. There's like a lot of off-camera bits, which, I don't know, just threw me off a little bit. I'm not used to it. Another thing to learn. I mean, at least the consequences here didn't seem so bad. If I went down the hill, say like it's not like Chloe's where you fall down the hill and I was like, ah, fuck. But at least that didn't happen to me last year. That happened to me first year. That was funny. In retrospect, not so funny at the time. But anyway, yeah. So come back to the starting straight, and that was one lap done. So yeah, big shout out to the people who organised this race. It was fantastic. Shame the turnout wasn't bigger. Oh well, hopefully next year more people will come. I can't wait to come back and do this track again. It's so much fun. Love it. Anyway, that'll do. See ya.